I am adorable Nimbus. Super cute, super fly. You know the drill. It's been ages. How long have I been doing this for? Nearly 3 years. It'll be like 3 years next February or something. I don't know. I am a cat. Anyway, what am I doing? We're going to start. Yes, the next trial. I have no idea who did it. It could have been Gundam, maybe, just because he's weird. He freaks me out a little bit. It could have been Kazuichi because he wasn't around when I was looking for help. And he wasn't doing the announcement at the time and whatnot, so it could have been him. Maybe it was Sonia. Because, I know she was like, oh, you know, I told her about the mirror in the Titty Typhoon, yes. And then maybe she just followed her and killed her. Hyoko killed Hyoko, and I don't know, Ibuki as well, who knows? Maybe it was Mikan. I mean, maybe those black curtains in the conference room gave me a bad feeling. So who knows, but we'll find out now. Well, not now, it'll probably take a couple of episodes because trials take at least 3 or 4. They're so long and they're so annoying and there's so many buttons I have to press. But it's okay. We'll get through it. There's less people, you know? The benefits of being on this island where people slowly get picked off is that there's less people, therefore the trial should be not as long. Everyone who heard the announcement had gathered in the front of the Monokuma Rock. And soon enough, I'm missing a person.
Welcome!
Is everybody here? Do you guys want to go to the class trial? Of course we do. Why the fuck else would we be here?
Wait!
Hey, jerk, hold it right there.
Monomi's such a dumb child.
What? Don't get in my way. You're just a dumb little sister who's short at a few brain cells.
Hey!
My brain works just fine.
Hey!
Monokuma, what did you do with Nekomaru? Oh, right, he's still missing. Is he dead? I see. So you've come to avenge him.
That's...
Avenge? That sounds like he died. Sounds like you say. Oops.
Anyway...
Since Nekomaru is unfortunately unavailable today, let's just say he's absent.
Bye-bye!
Now then, I gotta go first.
I won't let you.
Hold on, I won't let you escape.
Hey!
Is he dead or isn't he dead? Is Schrodinger's Nekomaru? Is he dead or isn't he? Hey, did you hear what he said?
Huh?
Don't worry about it. There's no way Nekomaru is dead. He was only shot with a bazooka. Jeez. He's just trying to piss us off.
Damn it!
Of course he's not dead. There's no way. Not in a million years.
Well...
What? You're such an ass. And more importantly, it's best if we worry about ourselves for now. You don't care. Crazy psycho. If something happens here, every one of us, except Nekomaru, will die. Is that a thing? Well, I suppose he's not. Oh. I mean, I guess technically, if he's excused from the trial because of whatever the hell, that means he wasn't a part of all this. So if the Blacken did win, does that mean that Nekomaru does also get to live, or would he be terminated because he's the part of the... I don't know. This is a question that that's interesting. Anyway. You didn't have to bring it up though, my bro. Why are you so excited about that?
How about it?
Who knows? Maybe I'm just looking forward to seeing poetic justice prevail. The fuck is wrong with you, bro?
What do you yearn
What are you saying, you fiend? Where are your hamsters at? You'll find out soon enough, bitch. If you fucking know, it would be so great if you'd just tell me. You know, it would make these things...
See?
So much easier. I wouldn't have to do the bullet time bullshit. I wouldn't have to do the Tron Legacy surfing through data. I wouldn't have to spell. God, it would be so great if I didn't have to spell. Then let's go.
I'm gonna do it!
All right, let's hurry up and get this over with. Yeah, let's just get her done because I'm tired. I don't want to be here. I just want to go. Yay, let's just get her done. Let's solve this case. Let's just deal with it because I don't want to be here no more. We stepped onto the escalator and ascended toward the gaping maw of Monokuma Rock. And that's when I suddenly noticed it. I noticed our lined up silhouettes keep getting smaller and smaller. Oh yeah, because people are dead. Who's dead? Byakuya's dead. Teru, he's dead. Pekko's dead. Red's dead. Hyoko and Ibuki are dead now. That's a shame. About Hyoko. Ibuki was a bit annoying, not gonna lie. Who else is dead? I think that's it. Nekomaru might be, but also might not be. I don't know. He's in the wind. But I can't turn back now. If I turn back, I won't be able to press forward. Well, that's usually what happens when you turn back. And when everyone was inside Monokuma Rock, go down the escalator of doom. I don't think there's anyone else I'm missing. No, I think that's all the people. The elevator began its deep descent as usual. But nobody said a word. As we stood there trying to figure out what to say to each other, the elevator descended deeper and deeper. It's a very long escalator ride or elevator ride. Both, actually. There was an escalator and an elevator. And when it descended as far as it could go, it finally stopped. The elevator doors opened slowly, almost tantalizingly so. Light poured through from the other side, eroding the boundaries of the darkness, and I walked into that place. What's it look like now? Fancy? Oh, well... Yeah, I was gonna say it's... Well, I mean, wait, I don't know, it's a castle-esque? Why is it castle-esque? I don't know. My, it feels pretty toothless with all these empty seats. I have something in my eye. Hold on. Oh god, my eyeball. Can't read if my eye's not working. Hold on, scratchy scratch. Alright, it's good, it's fine. Well, 2 people got killed at the same time and Nekomaru's not here either.
Hey!
Is Nekomaru really not participating? If he's alive, you should invite him. Why? I mean, it's not... If he wasn't part of... Unless he was. Turns out this whole time he was the one that killed him. He was doing sneaky stuff. Ooh, that would be a dick move, bro. Maybe he was doing the murders behind, like, while we're all freaking out about the disease, he was just sneaking about doing murders. Maybe. Who knows?
No!
Why bother? But then again, if he has been out of commission, there's no point. Like, he had nothing to do with it. There's no point in inviting him because he has no idea what's going on.
Well now.
Now then, let's begin.
Yahoo!
It's the beginning of the long-awaited class trial. Please enjoy it to your heart's content. Yay, it's my favorite part of the game. I love this part. This part is so great. Okay. And so the curtain to the third class trial was about to open. Yeah, Ibuki Miyoda, the ultimate musician. I don't know how about that ultimate label, but she was really loud, but she was the mood maker of our group. When I was with her, all of my pain and suffering just seemed to melt away. That's a fucking lie, Hina. Hyoko Sionji, the ultimate traditional dancer. I didn't get to see her dance once. Just from looking at her adorable face, you'd never know she was actually a selfish and foul-mouthed. But she was trying to change herself, and she was desperately trying to come to terms with Mahiru's death, which was sad. The person who killed those 2 is among us. Well, except the ones in red, because they're dead. I definitely can't believe it. Whether I believe it or not is irrelevant. Oh, Hyoko. Unless I figure out the truth, I won't be able to escape from this hell. That's why I must find out no matter the cost. For our sake, for our friends' sake, for Ibuki and Hyoko's sake. And so the curtain to the third class trial is about to open. This life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, has begun. I would like to save, yes. How about here? Right, well, do I even have any? I don't even think I do. I don't think I have any skills. None. I have the equivalent of no skills. I don't even know where you go to find them. I haven't made enough friends. Everyone's dead. Lol. Actually, I think there's two. Where's my friendship report? I think there's one from Nagito I haven't read yet. And one from Kane I haven't read yet. Nagito believes that whether he experiences terrible luck, a much greater hope always comes after. Is that why he always acts so carefree no matter what happens? Well, if you're fucking lucky, probably. But also he's just really crazy and has probably had a weird life. She took care of her siblings because her parents don't work, which is so bad. During one of her jobs, she was scouted and became a gymnast. Now she's moved out and lives with her siblings. That's nice. Akane works really hard. She's a trooper. Okay, she's a trooper. All right, now that's done. Let's do this. I have no skills. Should I read the reports? Where's the death report? Do I even have the death report? Truth bullets. Let's just have a quick look. Okay, there are 2 victims. One was, you know, she was hung. The other one was slit. So, yay. Both are horrible. She has blood on the bottom of her shoes, but there wasn't any on the stepladder, which is sus. That's a rope, which was used to, obviously. Sad. The motel, well, that's just Hyoko's. But how did Sonia get into the locked room? See, that's what... Is it just me? Because that room was locked when we opened it, but Sonia's already in there. Was she in there hiding evidence or something? I don't know. Maybe it was Sonia. I don't know. The thick scrap of paper that was stuck to the baton lighting? What was this? I don't even remember this. See the black curtains? There were black curtains in the hospital as well. Maybe it was McCann. I don't know. Candle is weird. Broken stuff. The temperature was set at 86, which is hot. It's like nearly 40 degrees in like normal people temperature. Oh, it's just green glob, which is gross. It was like Chiaki ate it, I guess. Oh, it's just, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. We can figure this out. Let's start. I've got frogs in my throat. All right, let's go.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial.
But we already know.
During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it.
Oh my god, really? It's not like I've done this several times before.
If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person,
then everyone but the blackened is punished.
I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Yay.
Oh well, who cares about this boring explanation? Let's get on with it already.
I don't mind starting the trial, but I don't really have a grasp of how the case played out.
Shut up, Nagito.
You know, because I was asleep the whole time.
Even if you do grasp it, you're just gonna confuse the heck out of us, aren't you?
Yes.
But Nagito's not alone. I don't really get it either.
Shit. I was hoping we'd skip past this, but... Alright, Akane, for you and those lovely ladies.
You're fine. Your head's empty anyway.
Okay, that was a dick move. I know she's stupid, but you didn't have to say it.
Empty head? Huh. What's wrong with that?
No, it just flew right past her.
Listen up. The emptier your head, the more dreams you can stuff inside it, you know?
You know, she is probably a genius.
Anyway, we shouldn't proceed with the trial if those two can't participate in the arguments.
I love that Chiaki's always like whenever anyone's talking about something stupid, she's just like, anyway, enough of that ridiculousness. That's fucking stupid. Anyway, let's focus here. Anyway.
Since he's the first witness, why don't we ask Hajime to explain the incident and the sequence of events?
No.
Then, let's start with when we split into the hospital team and motel team because of the despair disease. The hospital team consisted of Nagito, Ibuki, and Akane, who were infected, and Mikan, Fuyuhiko, and me.
New zombie.
The other 5 on the motel team were myself, Gundam,
Kazuichi, Chiaki, and Hyoko.
Spending the night at the hospital was prohibited, so Hajime and I had to sleep at our cottages.
I woke up at my cottage on the day the incident happened.
Was Mikan in our room that day? I don't think she was.
Mikan came by to wake me up.
Oh no, she was.
And told me that Nagito had recovered from his symptoms.
Yeah, we woke up too. So it was a good morning.
We immediately headed over to the hospital, and after we confirmed his recovery, I made Mikan rest in the on-call room, since she hadn't slept all night, while I waited in the hospital lobby. And then, I saw the incoming signal light on the surveillance camera blinking before our scheduled time.
But I think the problem with Hina's, what's the word? With his account is that there's no one to verify this. That's the problem, because he told Mikan, hey, go take a nap. And then Fuyuhiko wasn't there at the time when the thing was playing, so no one can really verify what Hina says is true. Like, obviously it's true, but no one can really say it is because no one was with him when it happened. So someone might doubt Hina and be like, well, where's your alibi? You weren't with anyone.
When I pressed the button to turn on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a video of someone wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head, climbing a stepladder.
Amazing!
No.
That's such a heart-pounding story! And then what did you do, Hajime?
I tried to stop them, of course.
Fucking go on with it. Just, ugh.
I rushed out of the hospital and ran to where the video was being recorded, the music venue.
I think at this point he's just used to it. He's like, oh, fuck it, there's no point in belittling him and fucking arguing with him. He's just gonna be weird anyway. Let's just continue the story.
But it was too late. By the time I arrived, the person wearing the hemp bag on their head was already hanging from the ceiling. I thought I should tell the others right away, so I headed to the motel.
Why the motel?
That's where everyone else was. Why the motel? That is actually, why wouldn't I have gone to the hospital to grab Mikan, or maybe try and find Fuyuhiko first?
Because it was close to the music venue, and unlike the hospital, there were more able-bodied people there.
True, that's true. People were sick in the hospital.
At least, that's what I thought. But the only person who came with me was Chiaki.
It's another backhanded compliment. Well, I thought there would be able-bodied people, but I only got Chiaki, so...
But I remember feeling a little relieved because not long after, we met up with Mikan and Fuyuhiko.
We were also looking for Ibuki since she disappeared from our sight.
After I rested for a bit, I started counting everyone at the hospital. And then I noticed Ibuki was gone, so I sprinted out of the hospital.
Aww.
Coincidentally, I ran into Fuyuhiko, so I pled with him in various ways to see if he could help me out.
You didn't have to add the various parts, sweetie.
Various ways?
God damn it.
Don't say it like that and confuse people.
After I heard from those two that Ibuki disappeared, I had a feeling she was the person wearing the hemp bag. So I immediately led them to the music venue.
But the door was locked.
But the door wouldn't open. Since we had no other option, the four of us broke down the door.
No.
And when that happened, we didn't just find Ibuki's body. We also found Hyoko's.
But like, again, no one can really clarify Hina's story. Like, this is all just hearsay. He said that he saw this thing on the monitor. He said that he then went to the music venue and saw Ibuki, but not Hyoko. Then he says he went to go get help. Like, no one was there when he saw all this stuff. Even though, obviously, it did happen, but no one was there to clarify what he's saying is true. Maybe Hyoko could have already been there.
And not just that. Her body was taped to a pillar.
Obviously, it wasn't, but, like, anyone else could just say, well, no one was with Hina. How do we know that what he's saying is true?
That's when we heard the body discovery announcement. Not once, but twice in a row.
And so we decided to lower the hanged body, didn't we?
When we removed the hemp bag, just as we feared, it was Ibuki.
So that's how the case played out. Thank you. I understood it very easily. Well, it's clear what the problem with this case is. When Hajime left the music venue, who... Wait, how do I know anything Hajime just said is true?
There it is. See, like, he's got a point. I hate that he's the one who pointed it out, but he's not wrong. As far as anyone else is concerned, everything that Hina is saying is a fucking lie. Like, because no one was there to clarify what he saw, which is annoying, but it is fair because no one else was there. It's only natural that they would be like, well, what if Hina's lying? That's annoying. I'm going to have a sip of water. But it's true. I can't sit here and be mad because even I was thinking about it. Hina doesn't have a proper fucking alibi. Everyone could just assume he's lying, which is fair. Because, you know, no one else was there.
Sorry, I'm only being impartial right now. And the story I just heard is clearly suspicious.
Because, like, I'd be sus too, I guess, if one person was telling me all this stuff happened, but there was no one else with them, and we're on a murder island. Maybe a part of me would be like, well, I don't know, like, you're saying this all happened? Is there anyone who can say that it did happen and you're not just lying? Like, it's fair, but it's annoying, but it's fair.
Hajime, if you're the only one who saw the hanging video, and the first one to discover Ibuki's body,
like, it is sus. And who's to say that the video even happened? No one else saw it, so that could have been a lie.
then you could be lying as much as you want right now.
It's
right?
true.
Lie? Why would I lie?
Because we're on a murder island, that's the point. Yes, you wouldn't lie, but also we're on a murder island. People kill each other.
Obviously. So you could make us ignore what might be an inconvenient truth for you.
Do you doubt me?
Brother, we're on a murder island. Everyone doubts each other.
If you're not lying, I would like you to prove it.
I don't think we can prove it.
Come on, try to prove it to me. Prove you're not the killer.
I don't think I can. Like, actually, there's no way you could prove that you didn't do it because no one was there. It's just as Kazuichi said, Nagito's the kind of guy who'll just confuse it. Well, to be fair, he's got a point. Hypothetically, this is all your hearsay. No one else was here. You could have done it. But for anyone else involved, it could have been you. So it's a fair question because it's us. Damn it, I shouldn't have explained it to Nagito. I'm in trouble now thanks to that. Well, even I pointed that out, you know? I was like, well, there's no alibi for Hina. So, like, it's not just Nagito. Movie invitation, tickets, scrap of... Well, that's not gonna work.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
It is sus!
Hajime's testimony is a lie. Then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
It could be
That
a lie.
would also be a lie.
How do I play this again? Fuck me, I forget. No, don't
I don't
touch
think
that.
I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime's the only witness.
It's true, that's
Why
sus.
would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
Fucking maybe.
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie means it probably is Hajime's fault.
I've got a proof. Fuck it, I've got proof. Hold on. I've got proof. I hadn't seen the movie, so there we go. You're an idiot, Nagito. You fucking knew I hadn't seen the movie. God, you're an asshole. Massive prick. Alright, fuck you.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
No, go back.
Hajime's testimony is a lie.
No, it's not a lie.
And the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
How do I...
That would also...
I don't think I
God, you're
can.
an
After all,
asshole.
Hajime's the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously
Massive
because he's the
asshole.
killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
No.
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie
No, stop it.
means it probably is
Oh!
Hajime's fault.
I missed it by that much. Nagito, you're a piece of shit. You knew I hadn't seen the fucking movie. Asshole. Massive asshole.
Hajime's testimony...
Biggest asshole in the world,
That
asshole.
would also be a...
I don't
Hurry
think I can.
up.
After all,
Why would
No.
Hajime...
Well,
Fucking
obviously because...
Did Hajime kill both
Shut
of
The
up.
fact that the bodies were
No,
imitating
no.
the movie
Oh, how
means
do I
it
slow
probably-
down time? That's how you do it. Oh my god. I'm trying to slow down time and I
Hajime's
can't fucking do it.
Hajime's and the fact that it was...
That would also...
I don't think I can. After all,
Why would Hajime...
Well, obviously, because...
Did
Shut
Hajime
up.
kill both...
the fact that the bodies were imitated.
Shut up.
No, that's wrong!
You're an asshole. Making me do shit.
I'm not the killer! I mean, there's no way I'd be able to imitate that movie.
Yeah, because I haven't seen it, you prick.
Of course you're not. I already knew that.
I know you did. I know you did. You're just a massive asshole. Making me fucking do shit.
Huh?
Before the incident, Hajime had never watched that movie. His invitation ticket is proof of that.
Massive asshole.
Each person only received one ticket, and they're marked with a stamp that shows the date and time. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Yes, no mistakes there.
Massive prick.
Which means there's no way Hajime, who never saw the movie, could commit murders that imitated it. Or did anyone tell him what happens in the movie? Of course no one did, right?
Hold on a sec. You're the one who brought this up in the first place.
Yeah, but he's a prick.
Nagito, what are you doing?
Being an asshole.
Well, since we're opening with your witness testimony, I thought we should solidify the foundation.
Which also makes sense.
It also provides a good warm-up.
What warm-up? This isn't a game, you know.
Don't get mad. I just think warming up is really important. Especially since this isn't a game.
What a waste of time. Well, I knew it would turn out like this anyway.
Oh, good. Fantastic. Thank you, Chiaki.
Now then, since we know Hajime's testimony is reliable, let us move on to the arguments.
Okay.
So this means Ibuki definitely climbed the stepladder all by herself, right?
She was very impressionable at the time.
Yeah, I'm positive.
Then that seals it! Ibuki committed suicide!
Not quite.
If Ibuki committed suicide, then who killed Hiyoko?
A murder coincidentally occurring in the same place as a suicide ain't possible, huh?
Well, I don't know. Might be possible.
Like I said before, it's pretty clear what the problem with this case is. The killer murdered Hiyoko while Hajime was gone.
Or maybe he murdered her before that and hid her in the room and then just tied her up because the temperature was high. Who knows what time the bodies were done in.
So all we gotta do is establish who could have possibly done that.
Ah, simple.
Then let's ask Hajime. How long would you say you were away from the music venue?
5 minutes.
I couldn't have been gone for more than 10 minutes.
So they killed Hiyoko and taped her up within 10 minutes? There's no way that's possible.
That's why the killer stalled for time by making the music venue a closed room.
What do you mean, a closed room?
That's when they locked themselves in the... We did this with Sakura.
The killer blocked the venue door from the inside to try and keep us from entering right away.
Except Sakura ended up having done in herself, so the trial was pointless.
However, that door is the only entrance to the music venue, right? If they blocked the door from the inside, the killer would not have been able to leave either.
We didn't see Kazuichi in the morning, and we didn't see Sonia in the morning. Just saying. Just saying. Just putting it out in the ether.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Maybe it was one of them hiding in the closed room. Who knows?
Which means, when we broke down the venue door, the killer was still inside.
They were?
Maybe. I don't know.
If that's the case, the only suspicious people are those who don't have an alibi for that time.
I didn't see Kazuichi and I didn't see Sonia. I'm just saying.
And that's you two! Sonia and Kazuichi!
It's true. I didn't see either of them in the morning.
Me too?
We didn't see you. Of course it's you two.
What the hell? Why's it gotta be us?
Because we didn't see you.
The others all have alibis. Chiaki, Mikan, Hajime, and I all broke down the venue door together.
Yeah, so neither of us were locked in the room unless one of us is a ghost and could phase through walls, which is not likely.
Gundam met up with Hajime at the motel right before that.
That is true. He was there. I guess it wasn't him.
And if Akane and Nagito were laid up in the hospital, the only person that leaves is one of you. There's another person who doesn't have an alibi.
True.
You know, Nekomaru.
But are we counting him in this? Is he a part of this or not? Because I need to know whether or not we should be thinking about whether he did it.
Me too!
Hey, why are you talking like, huh? You're kidding, right? You're not up to something weird, are you?
Maybe it was Nekomaru. Maybe he was pretending to be dead and just came back to kill everyone. I don't know.
Please stop making bad jokes.
Anyway, if the killer was hiding inside the venue, we should obviously doubt the people who don't have alibis.
That's fair.
What a wicked way of backing us into a wall! Is this his professional skill?
It's not a wicked way. It's fucking common sense. If you are the only two that don't have an alibi, obviously everyone's going to be like, well, maybe it was you. Killer was inside the music venue. Fuyuhiko obviously thinks so, but is that really it? I don't know. Is it? Maybe it was locked. There was a freaking stick. Motel room key, surveillance monitor, video scrap, piece of paper, step ladder. What?
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
Semi-transparent glob.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
Yes?
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
It didn't. You're right.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
Yeah.
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door.
Yeah?
By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together. And suddenly appeared.
Uh-huh. Makes sense.
So they looked like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
Of course you have. The person's remark contradicts the truth. I should be able to prove that with my evidence. Which person's remark contradicts the truth?
The killer was still inside the music. By locking the door from the inside,
Yes.
they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
It
The lock
didn't?
was on the floor in front of the door.
Okay, hold on. Hold on.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
A broken drumstick was used to lock the door from the inside, right? But is that proof? Well, it's not like I know if the door is really locked. I don't know what I'm doing. Looks like I made a mistake.
The killer was still inside the music venue.
Contradiction?
By locking the door from the inside, they
Yes.
tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were
Yes.
trying to stall for time.
Yes.
How did they lock the door?
Well, they did use the drumsticks.
That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
I mean, yeah, there was a
You
broken
can use that as a bolt
drumstick.
to lock the door.
And yeah, that's true.
By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together
Yeah.
and suddenly appeared.
I mean, that all makes sense. I can't see a
So they
hole.
looked like they had just rushed over.
God damn it.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
Yeah, I know you have. The person's remark contradicts the truth. Which person?
The killer
Hina?
was still inside the music venue.
I hate you all
By
so
locking the
much.
door from the inside,
Hold
they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying.
How did they lock the door?
I'm
That door should
fine.
not have.
I'm not
Lock was on the
frustrated.
floor.
Are you
It's
talking about the
fine.
You can use that as
Shut
a
up,
by
all
doing
of you.
that. The killer waited till we and suddenly
So they looked like
I have seen this in serial crime
I
dramas.
know you have, Sonia. I'm trying to figure out the contradiction,
the killer
Hina.
was still inside the music venue.
Hold on.
By locking the door from the inside.
Hold on. Fuck you.
No, that's wrong.
Jesus Christ. I hate this so much. Green
Wait a second.
glob of
There's
blue.
also a possibility that the door was locked from the outside.
But then also, how did the stick get on the inside if it was on the outside? I don't know what's happening.
From the outside? How?
This shit that Shiaki stuck in her mouth, which I hope wasn't anything gross.
There was a semi-transparent glob stuck to the venue door. Maybe that's what they used.
Maybe.
Semi-transparent glob. Like rubber, maybe?
I don't know. It wasn't rubber at all. That semi-transparent... Was it gum? Maybe it was gum. Was a gummy? A gummy. Hey, no, that's, yeah, it's not a gummy. I thought it was gummy, but what else could it be? Maybe it was glue. What glue is, it's not rubber. Maybe it's glue?
I see!
Oh, she ate glue? Sweetie.
That semi-transparent glob. Must have been glue.
What glue is green?
Glue?
Like, actually.
Yeah, I think so too.
She fucking ate it.
It had a firm, gel-like chewiness. And I could smell workshop chemicals the moment I put it in my mouth.
How do you know what glue tastes like?
Based on all that, I'm certain it was glue.
Okay.
I didn't know glue was edible.
It's not edible.
I believe it is not something one typically eats.
That glue was only applied to the areas where both doors touched. By pouring it in the gaps of the closed door, they must have sealed the venue door from the outside.
But then what about the drumstick on the inside?
And thanks to that, a glob of glue was left where the door was stuck. Yep, it fits perfectly.
What about the drumstick?
But if you just stick them together with glue, you'd be able to break down the door easily, you know?
That doesn't really matter. The killer only did that to make us think the door was locked from the inside.
True.
What'd you say?
I mean, I suppose if they broke the stick in half and left it on the floor and then locked it from the outside with the glue, we would assume that it was locked from the inside.
First of all, didn't that drumstick we found seem really obvious? Almost unnaturally so?
Plus, I guess it is just a drumstick. It probably wouldn't have taken that much effort to open up.
It was so obvious that it makes more sense to think the killer placed it as a diversion.
Are you saying the drumstick was a trap the killer set on purpose?
There's a chance.
Then I totally fell for that fucking trap.
It's okay, so did I, but then I'm really easily stupid.
Apologize to Miss Sonia and me. However, you're not allowed to slice open your stomach this time.
We don't have to apologize to you. You still don't have alibis, so even if it wasn't locked from the inside, either of you still could have fucking done it.
In a quarrel, both sides are to blame. That's why it's better to just have no sides at all.
That is the worst. That is the worst advice you could give anyone. No, you need to pick a side. You can't just sit on the fucking fence. What are you, Switzerland? Anyway, that'll do for now. So it could have been Kazuichi. Just because the door wasn't locked from the inside doesn't mean it wasn't Kazuichi or Sonia. They both still don't have alibis for the morning. We didn't see them, so they still could have done it. Anyway, that'll do for now. I hate these trials. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.